So here we are with our GM 3800. We're going to be doing the upper and lower intake gaskets, replacing oil seals, front and rear main seals, and plugs and wires as well. While it's out, we're also going to go ahead and flush the engine as well for the customer, and hopefully we'll have all this put back together and done by this weekend. So I just kind of wanted to make a quick video here and show you we've already started by removing our 10mm bolts here. Let's see if we can get you in there. See here, there, and there. And when you're removing fuel rails, there's nothing wrong with using a pry bar and just kind of prying up on it a little bit, and that'll help you break your seals there where your O-rings are without tearing anything up too much. So that's how we go ahead and get this fuel rail out of here, and that's the first step in the process of taking apart the upper intake, because as you can see now, we now have access to our bolts. So that will be the next step, is to remove the upper intake. Okay, well, we've got our fuel rail removed. We are now ready, after removing our bolts, gaining access and removing all of our bolts, we're now ready to remove the upper intake, as you can see here. And all you got to do is lift this up and out of here. And since we have the engine out of the car, actually, we can just go ahead and leave the throttle body attached to it the way it is. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and replace all this gasket and clean up this upper intake, clean it all out, get it all put back together this weekend. We now have access to our lower intake, as you can see, and we will also be removing the lower intake. And where I'm going to go next is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the coil pack removed. The coil pack's removed. I'm going to get the alternator out of the way and a couple of our brackets out of the way, so we can start thinking about removing our valve covers also. Okay, folks, we now have our 1, 2, and this is our last one, alternator bolts loosened and removed. And actually, you don't necessarily have to remove this last one. For uninstallation purposes, when the engine is installed in the car, you can just slide it out of there like so. And now our alternator has been removed, and we can now have better access to our water pump. This is where our heater hoses go into, and this is our idler pulley. This is actually a bracket here. So as you can see, it's not connected. It's only connected by this hose right here. So we will be removing this next. Okay, I'd like to show you something here before we remove this bracket. I'm going to show you, so you have your heater hoses here. You also have 2 elbow connectors right here, and you have one underneath here. They look like they're metal, but they're actually plastic. So if you're not careful upon removing this, you'll break them. So what I like to do is I like to take my pry bar here and kind of get in there, and then just kind of, doesn't take much, just kind of work them out a little bit. Flip our pry bar around here. I'm going to go back in here